How we doing on that lack of authority problem here? Like, almost 50%. We're almost there. We'll be free of it soon.
You're back before the cargo container. Its drawer.
Rhetoric, you say? Rhetoric. I got 2 points. I'll put 1 into rhetoric. I'm just like slowly advancing based on problems I run into.
You're back before the cargo container.
Wow, 3 whole percent.
Has not lessened since you were last here.
That was not that useful. All right, can we wear stuff to increase rhetoric? Nope. Well,
you're back before the cargo container.
Here it comes.
It's dropped and
shocker. Goodbye, container. I can't believe I can't convince this inanimate object to open up to me. Why is it so closed off? Oh, personable guy. Damn it, Kim, where you going, buddy? Do I want a hint for a guaranteed entry to that thing? Sure, give me a hint. Knowing me, there's a chance I'll just forget about it and never come back. Hey, big guy.
Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you. You have really let yourself go.
Shut up! Everett told you to help us get the body down from the tree.
So it was. You surmounted the harbor wall in a display of athletic prowess to reach my superior. Then had him give me an order. I salute your cunning, and I will remove the body from the tree with my bare hands.
You're so noble, Measurehead.
There's a but.
But while I am gone, someone must stand guard on the bridge. That someone needs to be you.
Okay, then.
But babe, see that they stay here the whole time.
The woman's gaze follows Measurehead as he leaves.
So, you guys are like cops or something?
Yeah, Measurehead's babe. We're just trying to keep things from going to shit.
Have you ever thought that maybe things should go to shit? I'm Katya, by the way.
You hear that? That sound. He's breaking something.
Yeah, Jean-Luc must be really tearing it up over there. I wish I could see it.
I also wish I could see it.
Look at you! RCM rent-a-cops! Guarding that bridge like Everett's lapdogs! Is this where it's at now? The RCM is for sale!
Spoken by a mercenary pretending to be a worker.
That's none of your business.
A shrill laughter interrupts you, echoing across Martinez. It's Kuno. Then, the man turns to look behind him at the behemoth appearing around the corner, approaching him, walking past him.
I bet he just punched the tree down. Just Minecraft style. Punched the tree until it went away.
The corpse has been removed from the tree. Stand down and congratulate yourself. You have sided with Ray's victory today.
No, I don't think I did, Measurehead. Thank you for your cooperation, Measurehead.
Farewell, ham sandwich. You are a union man from now on.
Then why'd you call me a ham fucking sandwich? God damn it, man. Hey, you mind if I go touch that box behind you, maybe? God damn it, whatever, Measurehead. You're the worst. Well, you're not the worst, you're like the third worst. Actually, you're like the fourth worst. Man, I don't know how, you're actually not that high up on the list now that I think about it. There's a lot of worse people. This guy's worse than you. That guy, he's certainly worse than you. Holy shit, that guy's the worst. He's number 1. You're number 2, maybe. A lot of bad people here. You don't know if he's the worst? No, no, no. Measurehead's the worst? No, no, no. I'm gonna tell you right away. The worst man is definitely this man. This man right here is the worst one. Right there. Where is he? Right there. That guy. He's the worst one. No one else has proudly told us they've raped people before, but he has. That makes him the worst one. By far the worst one. Let's see this tree. Oh, he just punched the one branch. If you ever actually have the conversation with Measurehead. Oh, the one where I would, like, subscribe to his theory? I don't want to have that conversation.
You missed a good show before. A kid came by and completely fucked the tree to pieces.
He fucked the tree up! Fucked it good! It was porno!
What do you think that word means?
You need to act decisively. It's Kuno. Use Kuno words.
Oh god. Wish I could have been here to see it. Now I have some questions.
Shoot that shit at Kuno, Pigonaut.
I talked to Manana about the armor.
So?
He raised his eyebrows, projecting aggressive indifference.
You should thank him.
He said you're now the king of the entire Jamrock?
North Jamrock. Kuno meant everything north of 881. The rooster fucked Kuno's words up. Kuno doesn't do south. Doesn't fuck with the Madre.
Yeah, like that guy's a war criminal and proud of it. That makes him worse, I think.
Kuno appreciates you recognizing him as the sovereign of Jamrock, though North Jamrock, that is.
Kuno sent your fat ass running around like jello!
Look, pig. Kuno sent you to rough some people up. Kuno played you. That happened. Now you and Kuno should move on.
Good idea.
At least he didn't go into the details. Yeah, the option to go into the details was there, but I didn't want to go into details. So I was like, well, this seems like not a good one. I'll remember this, Kuno.
You got fucked. You got fucked, pig. Fucked bad. Of course you're gonna remember this. Now get the fuck out of here, Grief and the Kuno. After this shit, you better have something real interesting to say if you want to stay in Kuno's face.
Yeah, real interesting.
Kuno.
God damn it, Kuno.
The corpse lies on the ground among the remains of an absolutely demolished pinewood branch. It's gently laid on one side.
Well, it's down.
Mr. Measurehead has done a good job. Nothing is too broken or compromised. The victim is ready for a field autopsy.
A field autopsy?
Yes. 1. Investigation of the scene. 2. Initial examination of the victim. 3. Field autopsy. 4. Transportation of the body to the morgue. We are on number 3.
You didn't talk to him when you had the... Yeah, no, he... If you make him look at the picture, he will talk about what him and his buddy did in a war involving 2 young fellows they found. And it's not good stuff.
The RCM's 4-phase murder scene processing manual.
The fuck are they on about?
Cop's gonna cut his shit up.
Don't we have someone else for this? A doctor?
No, you and I are detectives. The honorary rank of detective signifies our ability to handle the entire incident chain. From autopsy to cleanup, to social work, everything.
Yes, I feel like a detective.
You are. Your station would not have assigned you on this case if you weren't. Now...
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Tell me something, dead man.
Shoot, Looney Rooney.
Whoop, already talked about all that.
Come back later, Corporal.
Alright, well, first, what?
Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also, see me in your dreams.
No, thank you. First, what exactly is a field autopsy?
Come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them.
Kim, I don't know if you know this, Kim, but I have amnesia.
What you do know is, at 18.9 kilometers, the dormant shield volcano, Corpus Muindi, is the world's highest summit, and the failure of the 38 single, Epui Descent, to crack the top 20 was the death knell of disco. But what a field autopsy is, you have no idea.
Why don't you know? What use are you?
You must have me confused with the Copperpedia.
Who's the Copperpedia? I think I need to talk to him.
You, sir. You are the Copperpedia.
Son of a bitch. Kim, do you have another pair of latex gloves?
Unfortunately, no.
I have gardening gloves. Maybe they're enough.
They are better than nothing. Tell you what, I perform the anatomical side of things, while you will take notes.
We just fill this in, right? Show him the red field autopsy form in your ledger.
That's right.
You knew it because you inspected your ledger. The lieutenant is relieved you know the protocol. Yeah, we got this. We're smart.
All right, let's open this bad boy up.
The dead man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists, describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts. Above those, an 11-field info form needs filling out first. It begins with...
Number 1, assistant.
That's you.
Right, Harry Dubois.
The corpse is indifferent to your scribblings, just lies there. The next box says...
Corner case number.
KK57-0803.0815.
You're doing the auto autopsy. Not as fun, but okay. I didn't even know there was another way to do it.
KK equals Kim Kitsuragi. 57 equals Precinct 57, followed by his date, 0803, and time of arrival, 0815, on the scene. He's indexed the case after himself, not you.
Oh, I see.
That's because he doesn't want to bring up the messy question of your initials.
This just kind of happened when I didn't have gloves. Just write it down.
Next.
Name.
We've heard the nom de guerre. Lely. It's better than nothing. Write it down. What's next? Date of birth?
Yes.
Roughly 50.
Try 40. The damage is so extensive, it's better to err on the young side.
I'm gonna write somewhere in the ballpark of 42.
He nods.
Mondial.
Fair to olive-skinned, from the Isola of Muindi. This is as vague as it gets. You might as well say whitish.
Write it down.
The pudgy mess of curdled meat looks neither mondial nor anything other.
Sex, yes please. Ah, she ruined my joke.
Male.
Pigs can have sex.
Nor does he look male, with his pregnant belly and indistinguishable face.
Date of
We're
birth.
still going with March 4th. 51. What else? 9.
Why did you write
Body
fucky fucky?
identified by is
I'm
non-applicable.
a sorry cop and a hobo
10.
cop, but I'm not a
Case
liar
number
cop.
is the same as the coroner's case.
There's also about 4 ways to get the body down. The game gives you a ton of options how to complete tasks. I've noticed. It's really fun that way.
KK57 0503 0815 listens, motionless, with the cargo belt still around his neck. Only one box remains.
Evidence of treatment.
None. At least not after the initial examination.
A strange word. Treatment.
I'm not so sure. Did the footprints look like he was carried over?
They'd have to have incapacitated and carried him over. This man was more than a match for untrained dogwalkers.
He placed his hand on the dead man's chest, as if in preparation.
Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of the breath. Ecclesiastic, religious in nature, a holdout from pre-DeLorean burial rites. It takes him 2 seconds to perform. Then, somewhere in Jamrock North, a small wood shed behind Rosencrantz Row, Lieutenant Nick Feuerbach puts his hand to the chest of a small corpse, no larger than a monkey. It's raining outside, light drizzle. There is darkness in the shed. Elsewhere yet, an obese female sits in a wicker chair, her silhouette bull-like against the window. Outside, Grand Coudon. The day is turning dim for Sergeant Mac Dawson. Hand extended, he approaches, to make sure she is dead more than anything else.
I could sense them, the other police.
And so, all across Jamrock, Coal City, GRIH, 42 deceased persons found today, 42 stations of breath.
We should start the post-mortem.
The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copier paper tries to answer why.
External examination. Summary.
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodine.
Have a good night, Jim.
Let's see.
He turns the body on side to check the underwear label.
See, it's happening.
Babrodine, yes. Inexpensive. Size M. Color white.
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting something more lurid.
The rest of the clothes have been removed post-mortem by scavengers in order to get to the victim's ceramic armor. Officers are in search of the missing pieces. Removal of the boots is left for processing.
It would be clever of you to omit the boots altogether, sire. If you are to keep them for yourself, as you ought to, you have deserved them more than anyone else.
When am I gonna get those boots?
Patience. After the autopsy, before the body is taken away, there will be a window of opportunity. After the lieutenant has gone to sleep. I hope this has helped you, my liege.
Omit the boots.
The boot has a serial number. It's E50.100.100. The lines between the plates are in the shape of the alphanumerical. The number is purposefully concealed by the design.
So you're telling me to write down the serial number despite the fact we're gonna not list the... Okay, that's fine.
Tattoos.
He stands up, feet planted on either side of the body.
The upper torso is covered in a single, continuous tattoo, resembling a map of the night sky. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings, to be added to the case files as document A1. The photo is taken on the scene, using a Trigat Mini. The deceased has a belt for airlifting cargo around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Color, yellow. Length, 3 meters. There is a buckle on the other end. Well-nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters. Generally consistent with age 42. Preservation is good. Ambient temperature, below freezing. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with the age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short.
Short, light brown, male pattern baldness.
Lividity is consistent with hanging. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs. Consistent with stones thrown post-mortem. Low velocity.
Fucking low velocity? You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max. Talking shit about Kuno's velocity.
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest. Consistent with predation.
Write down, but I'm in for high velocity.
Ligature mark.
Lieutenant produces a small folding knife. With the other hand pulling on the belt, he starts cutting into the polyester. The stench is horrid. After a while, it's obvious the material. Get him. Cannot be cut.
The steel wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature mark.
You got just the right tool for that. The chain cutters.
Oh yes, I'm prepared.
The hanged man lets out a joyous little bubble of rot from his nose.
Good thing we got these chain cutters.
Always good to think ahead. Now,
Points to the rope squeezing the dead man's neck.
we need to cut the belt to see the ligature mark below. Carefully, with as much precision as you can.
I don't know why you're trusting me with this kid.
See, my pig is gonna fuck his head off.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
42%. Look for a good spot to
The
cut.
belt is equally tight around the whole circumference of his neck, swelling over the edges like white bread rising from the east. You jam the cutters right under
Oh.
the knot. That seems like a smart idea. Yeah, somewhere there. Already they're buried deep in the man's flesh. Then you rotate them to get a better hold. Then
Fuckity fuck.
the lieutenant looks by, somewhat worried as you summon power words to your aid.
Rotate some
A
more.
really, really bad smell is coming from there now. And some kind of cracking sound.
And cut.
Yeah, fuck him. Fuck that faggoty. Corpse fucking time.
Told you my pig was hardcore.
I should have a go first. I think I have a strategy.
Yeah, here you go.
He sinks the cutters into the knot, preparing to perform the cuts, with his elbow to his knee for precision. Snap. The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck and the dark red ligature mark around it.
Here.
Hands you the train cutter's back and then kneels closer to the body, running his fingers along the dark red groove until he comes to a gap.
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck, on the nape.
He was right.
Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters. Chest is intact, normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant, pelvis intact, genitalia.
He pulls down the man's underpants. Get ready for the children to scream things.
No, it's gonna happen. See.
I fucking knew it.
This is clearly what they've been waiting for, ever since the autopsy began. The lieutenant is trying to make it as boring as possible.
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury.
Inspect the genitals.
The dead man's penis is average-sized, congested from the downward collection of blood. The testicles are uneven in length, hanging underneath. The genitalia is greenish. Marbling is present around the crotch.
Ah, well marbled crotch.
Back is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact, but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip. In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin.
From wounds sustained over 2, maybe more decades, dispersal and accumulation indicates long and active combat duty.
This scarring is extensive, way more than a law official's.
We have a real museum here. Of battles, wars. Last item, hands.
He takes the man's right hand in his, inspects it, then moves on to the other hand. Let the lieutenant work.
Hands are clean. No sign of a recent struggle.
Were we expecting any?
I was. Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Honestly, this stench is making it hard for me to think at the moment.
Write it down.
Ooh. That's all for the external. Well done. What next?
Internal examination.
Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
Of course, there is a moral to be drawn from it. A moral to this story.
If I may add the moral of this story,
What would that be?
He looks at you inquisitively.
The dead man looks, too, with barely contained excitement to hear the moral of his story.
The brain is very vulnerable to compromise in its blood supply.
I think that may well be the moral of every story, officer.
Lieutenant grins.
Good. Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury-related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone. Let's see.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it, gently. A rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips, black and viscous.
Yeah, jack that fucker off!
That's not how you... The neck is not how you jack someone off, Kuno S.
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Unremarkable. Respiratory system.
Back hunched as if in prayer, he begins to pry open the dead man's jaws. He stops to exert more force. Both hands are used.
Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen. Hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth.
From here, it looks as though the clown-faced man is screaming. The tendons of his jaw are torn apart. Hyoid ripped from the force of the lieutenant's hands.
Look inside the dead man's mouth.
No scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there. Sickly sweet air, unlike anything living. You feel like you're about to throw up again, straight in that mouth of his.
Look deeper!
It's hard. Once more, you taste stomach acid in the back of your throat. A contraction. Your throat pumps a little something from your stomach and into your mouth. You're forced to swallow. Just inside, you see darkness. Just a mess of meat and darkness.
There are ancient mysteries down there, Kobo. Ask me later.
You got it, Inland Empire.
Hemorrhaging present in mucus.
Lieutenant repeats impatiently. He lets go of the jaws. The mouth snaps shut before you.
Hepatobiliary. NA.
Why? Don't we have anything?
Are you a hepatobiliary expert?
He looks at the corpse's stomach with a mixture of tiredness and disgust. I don't think so.
Neither am I.
And that's it?
That's it. Same for toxicology and serology.
Both!
Unless you have untapped reservoirs of knowledge there.
Completionist may wonder if there's something we could still do.
Like a toxicology screening? At this stage, I doubt processing will find anything, even if he was brimming with cocaine. But still, you should add a request.
Alright, not available and add toxicology requested.
Cardiovascular. The body exhibits lividity in the lower extremities, feet, hands, and neck. Visually consistent with the hanging.
Write it down.
Gastrointestinal.
He breathes a sigh of approaching relief. This is the last field on the list. He looks around, to the ground, the pool of feces there.
This will do.
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila.
Write it down and keep the viola.
What's next on the list?
Description of injuries.
Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 fields. Leave a 4th one too.
Alright. Bite marks.
Head, chest and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the body. Odontologist does not need to be consulted. And your opinion, officer?
Non-fatal post-mortem.
Agreed. Next injury?
Contusions.
So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury. A stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem.
At maximum velocity, fucko!
Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
Write it down.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath, the description of injury. 2 boxes.
Non-fatal post-mortem.
Right. Next.
Ligature marks. Wait. What about the injuries we have inflicted?
Oh, so we inflicted them?
Okay, I inflicted.
Okay, so there's a spin-stabilized munition from a Kiel A990 muzzleloader lodged in his lung, and an incision on the thorax from a chain cutter. I wouldn't mention those. Better not to muddy the waters.
Agree, the Woodies are muddy enough.
See? These pigs are fucking corrupt.
He nods approvingly.
Why don't you fuck him if you love him so much?
Now, injuries.
What's the 4th injury field for?
Nothing. Just in case.
Alright, ligature marks.
Dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured, the cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side. The ring around his neck is visible.
Opinion, fatal injury.
That's it. We have established cause of death. It's not much, and it leaves much to be questioned. But it's a start. Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over.
What now?
I need a copy of that autopsy form. Then I will drive him to Faubourg for processing.
He looks at the dead man one more time, then at the slip of bread paper in his hand, then at the corpse again.
He's thinking, did I miss something? I'm sure we didn't get everything. There's always something.
This is Wednesday, day 3. Could try and raise my perception real fast. What's my perception at? +1. Can we get it high? Nope. I got 3 skill points. Have I put anything into perception yet? Perception feels like something I would want to have a point into. You know what, perception? You get a point. Well, maybe I'll try first and then I'll put a point
The
in.
man is deep. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Here we go!
You run your
Shocker.
hands over the victim's cold body, his limbs, his torso with its swollen organs. Maybe you should be more thorough.
Look under his fingernails like Kim already
His
did.
fingernails have turned dark. They're chipped and quite long. There is dirt under them.
Do you think we missed something?
You can't shake the feeling that there are more secrets concealed in the flesh before you.
Got a gut feeling there's more to this corpse.
Okay, well, we are in livor mortis here. He is disintegrating. We need to refrigerate the body if we want to conduct another examination, and we need to do it fast.
Where do we find a fridge for the body?
Hey, wasn't there a giant ice bear sarcophagus below that building?
Why, yes, there was. So that's what the ice bear-shaped refrigerator's for.
Now, that's an overstatement. It's not actually for storing cadavers, or at least I hope so. I think we should take a look at it first. Make sure it's big enough before we carry him over. Let's move. With every hour, whatever we are looking for in the deceased will become harder to find.
Alright, perception, you get a point. Gotta plug in that bear again.
This orange machine is dead still.
Physical instrument. One day we'll get a better tool and then we can try again. Fridge, what's your deal again?
The bear's eyes are dead and empty. Ice inside the fridge, slowly melting. The power has been cut off.
What do you think of this fridge, Kim? It looks big enough for 2 corpses.
It's certainly an eccentric choice, but it's more than big enough and cold enough. Honestly, it's perfect. All we have to do is plug the fridge back in.
Alright, let's go slam that plug back in. Can't remember if it was the red wire or the black wire.
Both cables are unplugged from the breaker box. A giant electric mammal awakens. The dead body is going to be safe in the embrace of its cold innards.
Great. The owners of this building will just have to keep paying for the electricity sucked up by this monstrosity a little longer. Let's return to the fridge.
The bear's eyes are still glowing red, watching over all the ice cream wrappers hidden inside its belly.
Fridge is plugged in now. Will you help me move the body, Kim?
Of course. I'll take the head, you take the feet. It's not going to be the easiest thing in the world, but we'll manage.
Alright, let's do this!
The body is heavier than you expected and stinky.
Oh, volume.
Half an hour to get it down to the basement.
Oh god, stop!
10 more
It's so loud!
stuffed into the fridge. The lieutenant takes a step back to admire your handiwork.
Beautiful. A dead body in a nice bare fridge. This is some of the best police work I've ever done.
Really? You think it's good work?
No, not really. Look at that. What have we done? We stuffed a dead body in a nice bare fridge. This story does not leave this room.
We did the best with the means at our disposal. Listen, Kim. This isn't police work. It's art. We're artists, Kim, and this was our vision.
If I were an artist, this would certainly not be my vision.
Capo
I would
dell'arte.
be
I just got the achievement.
much more conservative in my work.
He's right. His work would be much more formal.
At least we've stopped the body from decomposing further. Now you can conduct another inspection under controlled circumstances.
Inside the icy realm of the ice bear fridge, the corpse stands slumped, waiting.
Come on.
You touch the dead man's body. His skin
Damn
is
it.
cold, light blue and silvery in the light of the fridge. You still have no idea where to begin, or what to even do with him.
It'll come to you sooner or later. At least he's safe here until then.
We could put another point in perception. That would be maxed out at that point. I have 3 points. You know what? I will. Just max out perception. Perception's good. Seeing stuff, knowing
His
things.
eyes are still glowing red. It's guarding over the freezing corpse hidden inside its belly. You touch the dead man's
God
body. His
damn
skin
it.
is cold, light blue and silvery in the light of the fridge. You still have no idea where to begin, or what to even do with him.
It'll come to you sooner or later. At least he's safe here until then.
Well, I can't put any skill points in the perception. But maybe we'll find a piece of clothing to do it at some point. Shit, I could have put on clothes, couldn't I? Try and take the boots. We're gonna save that for when Kim's not around. Should have save scummed. I've been not save scumming for the most part. I want this to be a natural playthrough, which is more fun, I think. What failures we have will be our failures. Was I supposed to radio somebody for something?
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Come back tomorrow for that. I want to see all the things. That's impossible. Just so you can be like, yeah, come on, gang, give me. No judgment. Like, I would save scum if I were just doing a normal sitting in my boxers playthrough. But for a stream playthrough, it's kind of fun. Like, owning up to failures. Their hours. Radio relay hums with electricity. Ooh, money. Oh yeah, we're only $2 away from paying off our bedroom for one more night. Traffic beyond the gate. More abandoned motor lorries. I gotta get fuel. No entry. Someone scribbled an inverted star in it. Aren't you already doing that? I'm in my pajama bottoms, thank you very much. I'm a professional. Breaker box to power the radio pylon above you. Maybe there's something inside. Is that my car? Oh my god, my car. Creaking ahead. Broken axle grinding. Banged up fuel canister.
A banged-up motor carriage lies half-submerged in the icy water, slowly sinking into the Insulindian Ocean. Only the cabin top, rear wheels, and the engine remain visible. It must be cold and lonely down there, in the icy water. Remember the tire tracks in Martinez? This is where they were leading.
So this is where the tracks of the plaza were leading
It
to.
appears to be so.
He has a particular look in his eye as he inspects the wreckage. Let's investigate.
I agree. We should definitely investigate.
You get a sudden, sinking feeling. Stomach acid comes up as you look at the motor carriage in a deep, dark, cold
Yeah, it's my car. I know.
The motor carriage is properly stuck in the ice. Getting it out would require a team of specialists.
What's the make of this MC? Can I see the logo?
The logo is too deep in the murky water. You can't make it out, but you do see a monkfish float by.
How long has it been here?
The ice hasn't closed around the vehicle yet. My guess is it's been here since last Saturday or Sunday.
The estimate is correct. The incident probably occurred on Sunday evening.
What should we do?
Let's wait for the low tide and see what's inside.
Great idea. Then we can get the things inside. The joyrider must have left something good inside. Guns, papers, maybe a cool jacket. A joyrider jacket. A joyrider jacket. You feel a strange connection to this joyrider. Maybe he's from some kind of joyriders district and likes blue and white racing livery, like a cop would.
No, crazy. It lasts over the course of the stream. How long will it take for the low tide to come
I
in?
don't know. An hour or two, tops?
Sit on the swing and wait for the tide to recede.
As you sit down in the old, rusty playground, the world around you becomes very silent. The hinges creak under your weight, dangerously so. Nothing but the sound of seagulls high above in the sky, echoing like distant laughter. Ice cracks around the blue motor carriage in the sea.
Whistle a tune. Art cop.
The tune on your lips forms a strange yet undeniably beautiful contrast with the surrounding bleakness. The lieutenant gives you a quick glance. Then, still looking straight ahead, he joins you with a higher pitched and slightly more melodic trill.
What's the current prefix collection? Where Sorry Hobo, Super, Disco Art Cop, Flirty is us. We brought that to the table. We don't have an official we don't have an official Flirty Cop, but we definitely have we definitely have Sorry Hobo and Art. We haven't earned Super yet, but one day.
Two birds on a wire, whistling by the seaside, looking at the water and a sunken car. The clouds pass in the sky, and the shadow of the swing moves like the hour hand on a timepiece. 30 minutes have passed. Looks like this might take a while. Time to present a good topic for discussion.
Would you rather sit on an anthill for an hour or stand in a river of leeches?
Well, historically, leeches have been used to prevent and even cure many ailments.
Oh no, we've earned some of these for realsies.
Okay, he's thinking. I can do this. Let's do this. Who'd want to sit on an anthill? There are no therapeutic benefits to... Well, napalm ants, for example, are used in some rites of passage rituals.
Man, I'm just racking up points here.
Clouds on the horizon grow darker, and the shadow of the swing set keeps climbing. You hear the distant rumble of the city. 30 minutes pass.
If you had to side with either the strikers or the shipping company, who would you choose?
Luckily, I am already a member of an independent organization, and therefore do not have to choose between a rock and a hard place.
But if someone puts a gun to your head...
Your voice echoes on the water, strange and out of place in the environment. 30 more minutes pass.
Is that a number on the side?
Yes, 41. What do you think it stands for?
It's as if he knows what it stands for. but wants you to say it. It's pedagogical. Does he know something about the driver of this vehicle?
Tommy 41, the morning host of FM 41. I hate guessing. District something, a precinct, something municipal. Rub your temple, you're getting a horrible headache. Oh God, no.
I'm sorry, Harry. I'm so sorry.
41. Precinct 41. A massive pit opens up in your stomach, and the most terrible feeling comes over you. No. Just nope. Say no to this, Harry.
Oh my God, it's mine! I drove my car into the sea!
I'm afraid so, yes. It looks like you drove your police motor carriage into the sea after you jumped across the canal.
The badge, the gun, and now this!
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and doesn't say anything. There is also a fourth thing you've
What?
lost.
A fourth thing?
More precious than the gun, the badge, and the motor carriage combined. Lost forever into the deepest of seas.
I could still fix it.
That is very unlucky. All the electrics are toast. That goes for the electromagnetic steering and brake systems as well. You'd be lucky to find one undamaged component in there. In a few months, there will be nothing but rust left of this vehicle. It'll be cheaper to buy a new one. Well, not cheaper. This motor carriage costs 40,000 real. But in the long run, it still makes more sense to buy a new machine than try to refurbish this.
This is disaster!
Let's face it, this is a substantial loss to your district's budget. I mean, my station only has 4 other vehicles in addition to my kinema.
This was 20% of the station's vehicular budget.
Well, at least I can see what's in there now.
Yes, let's go take a look.
Ah, good. You gonna read this out loud, or do I do it, game? And the little guy gets smaller and smaller as he rises above the dollhouse world. You see him out in the snow, on the streets, in the shop on the corner, and finally, in a matchbox house. Sitting by the window, white flowers on the windowsill. You can smell them from up here. It's awful. A white morning. A modern death. Divorce, or something similar. All you can do is put more distance between you and him. Make him smaller. Make him less you. Plus 20% zoom out distance. All motor accelerating caps raised by 1. Alright, we no longer lose authority. Ah, and that lets me do another point in perception! We could do it! We could solve the body mystery. It's my badge!
A police badge on which you see the photo of a man. You. Some seaweed is stuck to the back.
I found my badge!
At least something good came out of all this.
Lieutenant glances at the badge in your hands.
Encased between 2 durable plastic sheets is a bluish card with lines of information and a watermark in the shape of the street grid of Revachol West. You see a photo, a name, a rank, a document number, the date of issue, and, in the lower right corner, your precinct. The man keeps winking at you with his green-gray eyes.
Listen, we're
The
just gonna
photo
report
is
the car
old,
stolen,
no doubt
alright?
about that. But the badge is new. You used an old photo for a new badge. Good choice. A newer photo would look different.
How old?
8, maybe 10 years. The guy in the picture is rather good looking. He's got a nice haircut and is distinctly lacking in massive sideburns.
And he's winking, why?
What do you think? His face is already contorted by the expression, although it looks less grotesque on him than it does on you now. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information on it, and a shining watermark.
Harry Dubois.
Harrier, That's long for Harry. So you are Harry. Evrard was half right. Probably not a lot of people know your full name. Whoever told him you're Harry Dubois didn't.
Harry Dubois it is then.
At least to make your acquaintance, Harrier Dubois.
He's not going to call you Harrier. He'll keep calling you officer when he's angry with you, and detective when he's not.
Yeah, our partner. We're just gonna say we lost the vehicle. It was stolen.
The
Reported
badge in
stolen.
your hands shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information.
Lieutenant W. Freighter.
What is a Lieutenant W. Freighter?
The lieutenant is a rank above sergeant and below captain. It's the highest rank in the RCM that still does field work. I am a lieutenant.
And a double refrigerator?
The title of Freighter is added to your rank when you decline a promotion to a higher rank. In your case, captain. You have declined twice, thus you're double Freighter.
Declined.
There are many reasons one would do this. The rank above you in your precinct's decomptage might be taken, or sometimes promoted officers do not want to replace their superiors, out of respect. And sometimes they just prefer the type of police work available to their current rank, in your case, lieutenant.
Heavy-duty case-solving machine.
I thought my rank was drunk.
Yes, apparently you've had a rather successful career in the past, and this leads me to believe maybe your current situation is only temporary.
Thanks, that gives me hope.
Good.
Hell yeah, avoid promotion. Goodest of the good cops, achievement unlocked.
Such a small yet precious thing. Expensive paper caught between thick plastic, like a fly in amber. It reads.
That's just the serial number. Revachol, Jamrock, Precinct 41, with some numbers thrown in there for good measure.
The numbers are not there for good measure. They have an administrative purpose. One that's unfortunately been erased from your memory.
4 months ago. I'm guessing that's when you were promoted to the rank of Lieutenant W. Freighter. A new badge usually comes with a new rank. You seem to have been doing well then.
Before whatever happened, and now I'm this.
You're pretty sure you weren't doing well. But better? Probably yes. A lot can happen in 4 months. Especially in winter.
What's going on, Snare?
The winters are never easy on you.
Oh,
Of
nice
that you are
praise.
sure.
I remember that time! That was a good time. We had a good work-drink balance going. What happened, man? Pump it up!
We had a good work-drink balance going on.
Yes, it's the designation of your precinct. 41. Like mine says 57. The 57th is mostly industrial harbor. A lot of asphalt. The 41st is...
He stops.
It's a tough station to work in. You have all of Jamrock to cover. That district should have 3 precincts, but money is what it is.
One of your favorite games during the pandemic? This is my first time playing it. It's been amazing.
It's no wonder you are like you are, he thinks. But then again, it's a legendary district, and a hell of a station too. It must be an honor and a curse to work with people like Price, McCoy, Berdiaeva. Roberts, Feuerbach, Dimitri. Suddenly, names from your decomptage flash in your forebrain. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it.
Good badge, good badge. Actually, back to inventory. We got a can of fuel, right? I wonder. Dented stainless steel canister for transporting and storing heavy fuel oil. Logo on the side has been partially stripped over years of use. The government issued red-dyed fuel oil inside. Looks like paint. Yeah, we're gonna fucking paint, baby. It's happening. Bottle drained of all its booze, frozen in the ice. The ice just off the coast cracks and shifts. Let's go paint a scene. Footprints in the snow. They lead away from the accident. No. We could keep doing investigations here, but I'm gonna go do my painting. I must complete my masterpiece. Then we'll come back. And I could try the body again. Yeah, we can really zoom out now. Kim, you're going to witness art, my friend. Beautiful, beautiful art. It's going to blow you away, Kim. You are not ready for what you're about to witness, Kim. Let me tell you. You're gonna see some serious shit, Kim.
Paintbrush? Check. Heavy fuel oil? Check. Now the only thing left to do is paint the wall. The paintbrush in your hand is like a loaded revolver. What will it be, Desperado? Quite a few things come to mind.
I love you, Kuno. Mother of all walls. What shadow lies there beneath the bright gleam? Draw a 3,500-year-old pictogram of a human being. Something beautiful is going to happen. No parking. Ah, what do we paint? Fuck the police. I love you, Kuno. Mother of all walls. What shadow lies there beneath the bright gleam? I think I want to do a pictogram of a human being. Or maybe something beautiful is going to happen. Shadow beneath the bright gleam. Is a pictogram of a human being just a stick figure? Like, this is the most exciting one. Like, all this is just text. Would a pictogram be a stick figure? A pictorial symbol for a word or phrase. Pictographs were used as the earliest known form of writing. It would definitely be simplistic then. Wouldn't necessarily be a stick figure, but like something you would see on a road sign would be a pictogram. Something very quick, easy to absorb and digest. Like a cave drawing. If we're going 3,500-year-old pictogram, like either a cave drawing or like hieroglyphics, for instance. So yeah, this would be a very simplistic human form. I'm either for 4 or 6, I think. Something beautiful is going to happen, or what shadow lies there beneath the bright gleam. I know Mighty Odin's in favor of number 4. I love you, Kuno is very good. This one's kind of mysterious, and this one's kind of hopeful. Now we could just figure it out. What do I want? What would this character do? This character, he's a bit hopeful, a little sorry, a little self-absorbed, but also kind of obsessed with how weird this whole world is, especially after learning about how weird the world is. What was it called? The fog, the shadow? Can't remember what it's called. The weird stuff. Let's go with what shadow lies there beneath the bright gleam. Good art pose. Yes, yes. What shadow lies there beneath the bright gleam?
You've spoken. The wall will now silently repeat the message for a decade or so, until the sea air degrades the paint, adding another layer of detritus to the city.
Very poetic. Real poetry. Should we return to our murder investigation? I hear there's a really bad one we are supposed to solve.
Kim, you just don't understand art. Anyway, yeah, let's go investigate that body or whatever. Honestly, I should have just gone with I love you, Kuno, and just see how that would fuck up that kid. I don't think he could handle positivity.
The bear's eyes are...
Come on. Oh, I can't do it until I open the door.
The bear's eyes are still glowing red. It's guarding over the...
God damn it. I want to save my game before I do it, just in case. I'm not gonna save, scum. But... maybe I'll save, scum. You know what I'm saying?
The bear's eyes are still glowing red. It's guarding...
Oh my god!
His skin is cold, light blue and silvery in the light.
Sleep well, Odin. Sleep well.
You still have no idea where to begin, or what to even do with him.
Maybe. Maybe we just save scum once. Just once. If it fails again, we're out of luck. Like, we have put all 3 points of perception. There's no...
are still
there's no going back.
It's guarding. Your arms reach out and your eyes close, as if by their own volition. It's dark all around. You feel cold, slippery flesh, first with your fingertips, then under the palm of your hand.
What is this?
His face, his cheeks, his nose, his fat, swollen lips. Like a spider, your hand crawls over his features. Everything is silent.
Squeeze his nose.
You pick it between your fingers. The mass is even larger than your nose.
Crawl up his
Very
nostrils.
porous, somehow. Like it's about to pop. Keep crawling, lest you break it. They are swollen shut. You need to really push to get in.
Push your fingers in his nose.
Only the little one fits. The flesh changes shape as you bore in, searching for something in the cartilage. The thing you're looking for, it's not here either. Crawl out, spider.
In his mouth, then.
The oral cavity is cold and moist. A ball-like tongue attaches itself to the base of the mouth, lolling around like a scallop. You're on the right track.
Open your eyes and look.
A vision of black and dark red death, pried open by your naked hands and studded with teeth. Looks like he's laughing. Death fumes rising from the throat, and there, in the back of his mouth, above the bell of the uvula, right in the soft palate, you see a hole, barely visible to the human eye. It is swollen shut, almost vanished. No larger than 0.4 centimeters in radius, the edges appear darkened. An abrasion collar. This is what we're after.
Abrasion collar.
Abrasion collar.
His note. The lieutenant looks in. There's a pen in his hand. His notebook is open at the copy paper. Touch it with your finger gently.
A black trickle of liquid runs into his throat from the wound.
Put your finger in it.
Your index fits right in there. A tight tunnel of flesh opens up. Tissue damage. Wide enough for 2 fingers. As you push both in, you reach through his mouth, right into his brainstem.
Brainstem?
Yes, that's what this part is called.
Feel around.
The basal ganglia feels clumpy. What entered here has torn apart his reptilian complex. This man will never sleep again. Never wake.
Push deeper.
Your fingers slide into the remains of his limbic system. There is no resistance. It's gelatinous. The slug-like structures are damaged too. The tearing extends deep into both hemispheres. The undulations of the limbic system have ended. All is quiet.
There's a cavity cut right between the hemispheres.
The lieutenant answers with the sound of his pen on paper. Your fingers are all the way in now, reaching toward the inside of his skull. The cavity goes further, but the entry wound isn't wide enough for the rest of your hand to follow.
Wriggling!
Your fingers reach toward his skull. His cerebral cortex feels like jelly. Cold jelly. Strange fluid streams down your wrist as you push deeper until you feel it on the tip of your finger.
Hello, Raiders! I'm Chris here at Shake the Box, and I'm putting my fingers deep into a corpse's head. I am so sorry you raided at this part. It's gross right now.
Sharp, serrated material. The edges cut right into your skin.
I feel a solid object, Kim, right under the skull.
Can you get to it?
He searches his pockets for something. And you're all choked up. I cough all the time. It's the worst. How's it going, Star? How was your stream? Hey, Dredge! Dredge is really fun. I like Dredge. Inspect the skull first.
There's a tiny crack. A protrusion in the cranium. Right in the back of his head. Your finger must be pointing straight at it. From the inside. The object that is in there stops just short of the skull, in the encephalus, knocking this tiny fracture into the cranium.
We have the makings of a very small exit wound here.
All right. Here we go. Yes. Oh, thank God.
You pick the object between your index and middle finger. It feels sharp, like metal. With your face twisting from pain and concentration, all you need to do is just...
Slowly pull your fingers out.
The inside of the head feels cold and smooth, like a glove. Sweat dripping down your brow. Careful not to lose the prize between your fingers. With a plop, your hand emerges from the mouth, covered in blood up to the wrist. Between your fingers, a small flower. A blossom made of lead.
Small caliber round, I'm guessing.
A bullet.
The lieutenant puts a small bag marked evidence under it.
The bullet falls in the bag, leaving a smattering of blood on the plastic. He raises the bag under his eyes and says,
A non-caliber. Rifle. Some kind of brittle alloy. Fractured on impact.
Keep it, Lieutenant. It's a gift from me to you.
No, you deserve it. We can log it later.
The lieutenant drops the bag in your bloody hand. It feels light. Oh, this game is incredibly well written, Uncle.
We need to add an item to the injury list. Injury number 4. Oval entry wound with an abrasion color. Soft palate, back of mouth. High velocity. Temporary cavity in brain tissue. Small exit wound on the occiput. How does that sound?
Sounds about right.
Opinion, fatal injury.
Goddamn right.
And one last thing. We should amend injury number 3. Ligament mark. New opinion, non-fatal. Post-mortem. Treatment.
He's proposing the bullet was the real cause of death, and the hanging an attempt to conceal this fact.
The ligament mark, the fractured hyoid bone. It was all treatment, Kim. It was all theater.
Yes, and the belt around his neck. The hanging, even dragging him to the yard. All of it was done after this man was already dead.
Dead dabba doop doop, Kim.
Dead.
Agreed.
I have had my doubts since you showed me the tracks. Why did they carry him over? Why not march him, I thought. There was no satisfying explanation. There have been other signs too. Small details. Everything is too neatly designed for us to assign probable cause here. As we did, full-heartedly. Well, no more.
We almost fell for it, he thinks. Almost. There is, of course, the very real possibility he was both shot and hanged.
Why would anyone do this, Kim?
To hide something. The real killer? The real motivation? What really happened here?
Maybe the bullet holds more answers.
Yes. We should take a closer look at it. I am certain it has more to tell us.
This little thing could reveal much about the weapon that shot it.
I think I need to wash myself, Kim. I'm covered in brain fluid.
Oh, you really, really do. I am glad to hear you say that. Your room in the Whirling in Rags should come with a bathroom. Be sure to make use of it in the evening.
You mean I have to walk around like this all day, Kim? That sounds terrible and smelly. Maybe they shot him while they were hanging him.
To put him out of his misery? It's possible, but it does not explain all the other dubious things here. Lack of struggle, primarily. I may be intellectually sloppy, but I prefer one theory at a time. And this just smacks of treatment to me.
And who would do this, Kim?
That's for us to find out. But this, it will make finding them just a little easier.
What happens next?
We bag the corpse and carry him to the holding pen of my kinema. I can transport him to processing myself, but I will be gone for the rest of the day.
You'll be gone. What should I do in the meanwhile?
Work on the case. Tend to personal matters. Try not to do anything too dangerous. An officer needs backup in a neighborhood like this. I'll leave that choice to you. And one more thing. Great work, detective.
Thank you, Kim. I love you.
After you bag the corpse, Lieutenant Kitsuragi will leave the party until tomorrow morning. You can do side tasks, and even the main case, but it might be more difficult. Plan his exit accordingly.
Let's bag him, Kim. Take him away.
All right.
Takes out a shiny black body bag and starts pulling the plastic over the dead man's head.
There go those beautiful enamel boots.
Ah, shit!
May they rest in processing.
No! I forgot about the boots. We're gonna steal them.
I will need a little help carrying him. You take the hands. I'll take the legs.
Damn it, we did the right thing by mistake. I'm all alone now. I don't have Kim with me. Well, let's go, convince some people to move, I guess. And hopefully find a little bit more money, because I'm broke. Need more money. Trying to do those drugs you got from Kuno. That's true, we do have drugs. Get that bread. Yeah, we need $1.05 to survive the night. There's some money. I see some money. The swing is missing. No one's been here for a long time. Okay. And we've done it! For one more night, we get to sleep indoors. Glory, says the graffiti, to the ghost of us. Oh yeah. Someone left their music collection beneath the Tarquins. Yes, smallest. We could make music.
Rust peels off the bent iron posts of the swing. The wind whistles through the skeleton of the small house behind you. There's desolation everywhere.
What happened here?
In this yard, someone thought they could have a summer house on the beach for cheap. It didn't work out. Looks like they abandoned it. A long time ago, someone used to live here, laugh here. Thought it was a good idea to build a swing even. An intense loneliness comes over you.
Birds in the birch tree, barely audible coos from above. To the box! Well, hold on. Anything else over this way before I go to the box? No. Alright, perfect. To the box. This could be our sad song. This could be our karaoke moment. Karaoke's been a goal from day one. Through the broken glass, dusty shelves, and a forgotten chair. Cold breeze enough to make the wall planks creak. A bow tie +2 to drama. Oh, baby. Postcard. Dark red chair in the dim light of the room.
It's only a red chair. Just a red chair in an empty shack, with what looked like a dusty bow tie on the shelf. Nothing to see here, right?
Oh no, why is it only discard thought? Inland Empire, why did you deny me a pursuit of a thought? What happened there? Boat tucked away underneath the tarpaulin cover. Alright, if I'm gonna go all the way up there, I might as well finish the beach before I go up there. Oh, never mind, it just wraps around. Well, that works out. A wedding stone, well worn, covered in rust. White curtains have been drawn shut, no one looking in. Cinder blocks charred, a makeshift fire pit with magazines for laden. +1 the Kingdom of Conscience. Dust-covered linens, dried tulips in a bed.
You sit on the wind-worn wooden planks of the bench. Your feet ache.
Nope, that's just a way to pass time. Don't need to do that. I'm Super Cup. I don't have time to wait. Bushes are too thick and thorny to pass through. Money. Construction material. Whoever planned to build this house left in a hurry. Bottles for me. Money. More money.
You stop mid-step and put your hand on a garish necktie.
That bottle, Bratan! Just look at that bottle!
Horrific necktie. What is it? Okay, cool. What do I do next?
Oh, I think this is about so much more than cool. Please go talk to him. See what it's about. I'm drawn to it.
What bottle you talking about there, buddy? What bottle? Seriously, what bottle? What do you... Is it an item I picked up? A tape you found from Shaq. Ooh, requires a boombox to play.
There's no way to listen to the tape without a working tape player or portal reel at hand. But even just holding the tape makes you feel a little sad.
Yes.
A pawn shop would have a tape player.
Yes. It's happening.
The bullet is safely sealed away in a plastic bag bearing the RCM stamp. Kim has filled out the label on the bag with the item number, case number, and date and location the bullet was found. Beside his orderly handwriting, the bullet looks especially sad, like a tiny, shriveled head of cauliflower.
What do I do with you, bullet?
The squished little thing has no idea. I know. You should find the gun that shot this bullet.
Oh god, a thought just entered my head. It could be our gun. Find the gun that shot it.
That sounds like something a police detective would do. First, you should learn all you can about this little guy. Then find the gun that shot it and the person that gun belongs to. He used it to kill your victim. Neato.
Feel the bullet through the bag.
The squashed bullet has some sharp edges where the jacket has split open. It feels cold, even through the bag. You wouldn't ordinarily have cause to handle jacketed bullets. The citizens' militia uses cast bullets only. Little pebbles of metal loaded from the muzzle, usually in a cartridge.
Okay, that's good. That's good. It means it wasn't my gun.
The jacket of the bullet is made of a yellowish metal. It has blossomed out to reveal a dark grey core. The base of the bullet is close to 5 millimeters in diameter.
Look at the jacket.
You can just about make out a few striations near the base of the bullet. Little hairlines, linear. It feels standard.
And the core?
It's quite destroyed. Some of the fragments are still lodged in the wound. Far away, Lieutenant Kitsuragi is flipping through stations in his Kanima. He is not here examining the bullet with you. He should be. He would find this very intriguing.
Yes.
Mention it to him later when he's here.
Grumbles an unshaven man with a ruddy nose. He narrows his eyes to you as if in recognition and turns his head away.
The noxious odor emanating from the drunken man is strong and familiar.
Don't you call her? Yeah! Don't call Abigail!
Who's Abigail?
Uh-huh. Abigail. Don't you fucking call Abigail.
Abigail is his wife or girlfriend. Chances are she's gone. Calling her wouldn't make it any better or worse. You're not going to get anything out of this guy. He's too drunk.
Don't call Abigail.
How big? How big is this area? This might be a next time situation. Oh yeah, no, this is large. I've been going for 8 hours. It's 1 o'clock. I have to pee and I'm hungry, so I think this is where we're gonna save. Which also means it's last call for the giveaway, which is for Fallout 1, 2, and Fallout Tactics, 3 of the best games ever. Don't Call Abigail is probably the roughest character for me to handle. Really? Just a very sad, drunk individual?